So thank you all again for joining today. I know it's Saturday. You could be doing so many other things than being on here, but I'm glad that you have joined. So how this is going to go, I'm going to start out just with a brief lesson on kind of what we are doing today, the choreography and the thought behind it. And then we are going to get into a warm-up, followed by some of the movements that are going to be in the dance. And then we're just going to get into the choreography. So if you didn't see the email that was sent out yesterday, we will be doing some choreography to Cranes in the Sky by Solange. Hopefully some of you guys have heard of it. And yeah, so without further ado, I will ask that everybody checks to make sure that they are on mute. But I will check in with you guys every once in a while to see if you're following along good and you feel good and all that stuff. All right. So the choreography for this class, it was built with specific goal in mind. So originally, this initiative started off as a one-time event that was focused on healing women and healing women through art. And quickly, we decided that we needed to expand this to include the men in the community and to make it a series, because wellness is not just a one-time thing. It's something that you continuously work at. So this dance was built with women in mind, but anyone can do it. So men can do it as well. It's not, a sexist dance or anything like that. But the choreography is including movements that are focused on healing the womb. So for us as women, we tend to carry our emotions, especially our negative emotions, within our wombs. And especially as Black women, since we have a lot of stress and a lot of those negative emotions, not just, in our day-to-day and our, personal lives, but when looking at the news, the media, things going on in the world, we tend to deal with more issues, and those things can manifest in physical form. So that's why you have a lot of Black women that develop fibroids, or, have digestive issues, or, deal with things even like ovarian cancer. So it's really important for us to make sure that we are healing our wombs, that we are paying attention to our emotions, that we're releasing our emotions. And a lot of the movements in this dance are built to do just that. And so how do we do that? How is movement, healing the womb? And so some of the movements that we are going to be doing are yogic movements. And a lot of those are built to address not only, the physical aspects of our body. Like yoga is not just for flexibility. There's several different forms of it, and it's as spiritual as it is, physical. And so we are going to be doing that by focusing on the lower 4 chakras, or energy centers of the body. So just for those who may not know, a brief 101 on what chakras are. They are energy centers within the body. There's several different ones, or different charts for those centers, but the most common ones are the 7 that align with the spine, so going down from your feet up to the crown of your head. And so we will be focusing on the lower 4 chakras, which are the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart. And so just to give you a little bit more information about each. So the root chakra, it's the chakra where we get grounded. It's the foundation of our emotional and mental health. It's the foundation of this chakra system. And it supports information or formation of identity. It helps us to achieve health. And in any imbalance caused in this center can lead to a lack of feelings of safety, could lead to anger, it could lead to overwhelming fear. And another thing that it's important to note is that these energy centers, they don't act alone. So they kind of work from the bottom up. And if one of them is blocked or is imbalanced, it's going to affect all the ones that are above it. So if you have a blocked root chakra or imbalanced root chakra, that's going to negatively affect your overall health, and that's going to cause those other energy centers to be blocked as well. Then we move on to sacral chakra. So this one is the one that is most directly associated with the womb because it deals with more of the sexual organs. It deals with your creativity. It deals with your emotions. That is where we as women really have to focus, make sure that it is balanced, make sure that, you know, we're feeling good in that area. Next is the solar plexus, and to locate it on the body, it's kind of around the diaphragm area, the stomach. So for all of these, they directly affect our digestive health. So if you're someone who, like me, struggles with, you know, issues of digestive health, whether that's, you know, IBS, whether that's constipation, whether, you know, you just have an upset tummy sometimes, it can be directly related to that. And so the solar plexus deals with our sense of personal power. It's the center of wisdom, strength, and courage. Fearfulness is a result of a weak solar plexus. So if you are feeling overwhelmingly fearful to the point that it's negatively affecting you in life, that's somewhere that you should check in and make sure that, you know, you are balanced in that area. And last but not least, we have the heart chakra. And so the heart chakra is very important for a variety of reasons. Of course, when we think about the heart, we think about love, right? And this energy center is kind of it's the gateway from those lower chakras, which deal more with our physical presence, to the higher ones, which deal with our spiritual essence. So the heart chakra is a very important chakra because it has the ability to heal, and it has the ability to heal through love, and that love can then heal others. So once you strengthen that area, you will have the ability to bring healing not only to yourself, but to the people in your life. So I hope that that was a good brief lesson about the chakras. And without further ado, we are going to start by moving into the warm-up. I'm going to turn on some music. But before we do that, I just want to check in with everybody. Does anybody have any physical limitations or any injuries that I need to know about? You can unmute just to tell me really quickly. Anybody? Anyone? Yes, no, maybe so? All right. I'm going to take that as there are no limitations today. So I'll keep checking in with you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and start some music. And we will get started. All right. So. Can everyone hear me? Just give me a thumbs up if you can. All right. We are going to start with some head rolls. So bring your chin down to your chest and just roll to the right and all the way around. Just go as slow or as fast as you feel. One day, all them days don't get in your way. I said one day. All right, next time your chin comes to your chest, reverse. One day, all them days don't get in your way. So, all right, one more time, full circle. let's bring the head up. Look left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Now look up and down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Let's roll the shoulders up and back. You can soften your knees. Keep going. One day, he gon' say you proud in my space. I said one day, he gon' say you proud in my space. One day, he gon' say you proud in my space. And now let's reverse. So bringing those shoulders forward, back and forward. Now we're going to roll the hips. So first, let's just rock side to side. Sometimes it's hard and we can't let go. And now what I want you to do is take them in a circle. Oh, so bad and sad. You can't deny it. You can't stop crying. In reverse. If you want, you can get into it. You can start moving your arms. And now let's take it to the left and right. Left, right, back center, and reverse one more time. And go right, left, right, left. And let's go back center. All right. Now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to keep moving the hips. You're going to try and move your hips in a figure 8. So like starting from the front, take your hips back, and then reverse. And now let's try to reverse. I know it can feel weird sometimes. Alright, now what we are going to do is a gradual toe touch. So first, bring your chin down to your chest and roll it back up. Then take down your head and your shoulder. Roll back up. Head, shoulders, chest. Roll it up. Go down to your rib cage. And come up. Go down all the way to your waist. And roll back up. And go down as far as you can. If you can touch the ground, great. If not, just hang here. And now I want you to bend your knees. So bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. All right, let's shake it out. We're gonna do one more thing to kind of loosen up our back before we start ramping it up a little bit. So these are called back undulations. I want you to stand with your feet a little bit outside of your hips. I'm going to show you first. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to take your chest down, curving your back inward, and then you're going to reverse, caving your chest inward, rolling up your spine. So let's do 8 of those. 7, 8, 1. Up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. And 8. All right. Shake it out. All right. Now we are just going to walk in place. Bring your knees as high as you can. But she gon' raise a lot of hell. Truth is I'm running out of lies to tell. New chick, I done lost count of excuses. All we can't be exclusive. Yeah. But I'll be damned if I lose it. I can't say I never knew it. All right. Now we're going to do some hip openers. So we're going to keep walking, but you're going to rotate your knee up and down. 4 more times. All right, and now we are going to reverse that motion. So go out and in. All right, let's march it out again. And you can stop. We're going to take a break before the next song starts. All right. Next thing we are going to do is jumping jacks. So we're going to do 25 jumping jacks. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, All right, now we are going to do some side reaches. So take your left arm, bring it over the right side of your body, and pulse. Other side. Two more times each side. Other side. Again. Switch. 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 One more time. Switch. To the left or to the right. And left. All right. Now let's do some squats. So stand, feet still hip width apart. One more. We're going to go down and up. Up. 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're squeezing at the top. 6, 7, and 8. All right. Shake it out. I'm going to go ahead. Let's do some stretches. So we're going to stretch out our calf muscles a little bit. Step to the side. Both toes facing straight in front of you. Hips square. Bend both knees down until you feel that stretch in your back calf. And you can use a chair or the wall to get some resistance or get some stability as well. And switch or step forward to do the other side. A few more seconds. Some people talk about you like they know all about you. When you get down, they got you. And when you dip it on the scene, yeah, they talking about it. Because they can't take on the scene. All right. So let's step side to side. And now we're going to do 2 steps. And now we're going to get a little bit fancy and add in a turn. Try double time here. And go back to slow. Let's step side to side. Two steps. And just dance. All right. Let's do a few more stretches and then we'll be done. Bring your left arm across your chest, pulling it back with your right wrist. Make sure your shoulder's not hunched up into your ear. And let's do the other side. Right arm comes across your chest. All right. I want you to roll down into the center, feet wide, grab your elbows, and just rock from side to side. Stop in the center, place your hands on the ground, shift your hips side to side. All right. And if there's anything else you feel like you need to stretch, you can go ahead. You can do some quad stretches. You can do some more forward folding. Anything in the last few seconds. I'm going to roll out my wrists and my ankles. Reverse. All right. All right, guys. So that was it for the warm-up. So next is just the choreography. Looks like we have about an hour. So I'm not sure if we'll get through the whole thing, but we are going to do our best. All right. So first, I'm just going to show everyone how it goes. Again, the song is Cranes in the Sky by Solange. So I'm going to move this out the way. And just as a note before I start, this, the choreography, there is a lot of groundwork, but if you're someone who, has troubles with their knees or, just doesn't want to be all on the ground, I do have alternatives for the moves from a chair. So if anybody, wants that version instead, just raise your hand and we can go through that as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna get in position and show you all what you will be learning.
To let go my lover, Thought if I was alone, then maybe I could recover to write it away or cry it away. Don't you cry, baby, away. But it's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I don't wanna feel those middle clouds. Yeah, it's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I don't wanna feel those.
And then it's freestyle after that. All right, everybody ready? So, how does everybody feel about what they just saw?
You're so talented.
Honestly, we're gonna go through it step by step. I'm gonna break it down as much as I can. And we're gonna be great. So one thing I did want to say beforehand. So first we're gonna go through the yoga movements that are in the choreography, and then we're gonna piece it together with the song. So I asked you guys to be on mute because right now, part of the releasing, part of the healing modality of this, as Ayin stated earlier, is the breathing. So if you feel like letting out a scream or a growl or a moan or whatever, just feel free to do that. You're on mute so nobody can hear you. But yeah, that's part of the healing process. So first we are going to just start with some of these movements. So as you saw, I started on the ground. For those that are familiar with yoga, I started out in child's pose. So kneeling, you can bring your knees a little bit wide outside your hips. You want to lay forward, lay your torso down onto your knees. Extend your arms out in front of you as far as possible so you can really feel that stretch in your upper back, in your shoulder blades. Place your forehead on the ground and just breathe here, okay? If you ever want to, I just love this stretch because it's easy and it feels good, but if you ever want to deepen this stretch, especially in your shoulders, you can bring your hands up onto your fingertips. And then if you play around with it, you can lower one hand, keep the other hand up, and that'll deepen the stretch in the lower shoulder blade and vice versa. And you can also walk your hands over to each side, sit into your butt, and that will stretch your whole side. So right now I have my hands over to the left side of my body, and I'm stretching all up and down the right side of my body. And then if you walk your hands back to the center, over to the other side, because you don't want to have favorites, right? You got to stretch both sides. And breathe. And then walk the hands back to center. All right. So that is the first stretch, okay? And that stretch, it opens up your root chakra. So remember we talked about the grounding. So that is a good pose to do that. So we're starting out opening up the root chakra with this dance. The next thing that we do is kind of a variation of half pigeon. It's called the Tawi pose in Kemetic yoga. So if you know what half pigeon is, in most yoga classes, you have one leg bent in front of you, the other leg is extended out behind. We're not doing that today. Here, You keep one knee bent, like you were in your child's pose, and the other one extends behind. Palms come down on either side of that knee, and you want to look up and back toward the ceiling, kind of like in Cobra, and stretch here. All right, and then again, we always want to do both sides, so bring the other knee up, extend the opposite leg. And bring it back in. That is Tali pose. And that addresses the root, sacral, and throat chakras. All right. The next move is Cobra. So just how we had that one leg extended, Cobra is just both legs extended. So if you want an easy way to get into this, lay down flat on your stomach. Bring your palms beside your chest. Make sure your legs are a little bit apart, about hip width apart. And push up and out. Make sure your ears are not in your shoulders. Make sure you're pushing up and out of that, looking up and back. Try to relax all the muscles in your leg and your butt. And then carefully bring it back down. And let's do that one more time. So elbows tucked or hugged into your torso. Palms beside your chest. Push up and out of your shoulders, look up and back. Breathe, long neck. And release, bringing it gently back down. All right, again, that is Cobra. And Cobra addresses the root, the solar plexus, and the heart chakras. All right, next one's my favorite, my personal favorite. So you're going to turn over onto your back. Lay down flat on your back. Bring your knees up. You want to walk your feet as close to your butt as possible, as close as you can. All right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees open apart. Let me scoot a little bit. All right? And you're just going to let gravity bring your knees further and further toward the ground. Okay? And you can stay in this pose as long as you like. This one is good for the sacral chakra, opening up those hips. And for those that maybe don't feel comfortable doing this on the floor, this is something that I even like to do in bed. So like right before you go to sleep, let's get into this position, really stretch out your hips. It feels really good once you're out of it. Like it doesn't feel like you're doing much of anything while you're in it, but you definitely feel it when you're out. So we're just gonna hold this for a few more seconds. And let's bring the knees back up. Shake it out. All right, and we're staying on our backs, guys. So stay with your knees pointed upward. I'm just going to look at the next exercise. So the next move that we are going to learn, the pelvic rock. All right, so still flat on your back, feet flat on the floor. What you're doing here is you're curving your pelvis up and then bringing it back down. So curving up and down. And what you want to do when you do this exercise, start slow. So do a round of it really slow and then do it as fast as you can. And again, remember, like with all these movements, just let out any breath, any sounds that you feel need to be made. Make sure you're breathing. 2 more. And let's relax and shake it out. That was the pelvic rock. All right, so the next move has a couple of names. Half Lord of the Fishes is the common name, which is really weird to me. I just like to call it the spinal twist. So sitting here, I want you to bend one leg and try and bring that foot as close as you can to the opposite side of your body. And then you're going to place the opposite foot in front of that knee, right? Or even to the opposite side of that knee. So right now I have my right leg down, bent, my left leg over, and left foot planted on the outside of that knee. And so here, you want to bring your hands, your palms to your chest, bending your elbows inward. Take a deep breath in, turn so that your elbow is on the inside of that top knee, and then exhale. And we're going to take a few breaths here. And now release, bring it back forward, untwist. Let's do the opposite side. So this time I'm bending my left leg onto the bottom, right leg comes over. Place your palms in front of your chest again. Deep breath in, turn, and release. And if you can, like the more that you pull on this top knee, the more of a stretch you'll feel in your back. One more breath. And release. All right, and that is the spinal twist, and that helps with the solar plexus. All right, what's next? What is next? All right, with that, let's get to our feet. So let's come up. And this is one of my favorites. This is called the wood chopper. And actually, let me step back a little bit so you can see me more. So this one, you really want to make sounds, all right? So you're gonna have your hands clasped together, kind of in this trigger finger. You're gonna bring your arms straight above your head. You're gonna arch back as much as you feel comfortable. And then you're gonna swing forward and come back up. And as you swing forward, you're releasing. So you're letting gravity take you down, and you're making any sound that comes out of your mouth. All right, really releasing all of that stress. So arch back and swing forward. Back, forward. Back. One more time. All right. And that's just one of my favorites because you really can feel the stress as it leaves your body. How do you guys feel about that one? I don't see anything.
Yes!
Yeah, so I'll ask you guys at the end what your favorite one is, but yeah, that's probably my favorite right there. That one and the goddess pose.
I felt that one. Like,
Yep. It's a real stress reliever. Like, you don't.
yes. Yeah, my screen was like, ah!
Yep. So the more you like really let yourself go, the more you let yourself, make noise in that movement, the more you're gonna feel it, and it's really good. So highly recommend that one. So let's see. Warrior 2 and Warrior 3. So I often get these mixed up, but warrior two pose, I'm gonna do it on this side, is, so you want to lunge. My back foot is turned out perpendicular to the leg that's bent. Make sure that your knee is not coming over past your toes or past your ankle. You really want to be solid in this. Your torso is turned to the side, arms straight out. Okay? All right. And usually, if you've gone to a yoga class, this is in like some of the popular flows. So, warrior two. And then usually how you get into warrior three pose, they'll tell you to lean forward, flip that front arm or that front palm up, and then curve back. Making sure you're keeping that balance. So warrior two, lean, flip, warrior three. Okay? And I guess I'll do that on the other side too. So warrior two, lean, flip that front hand, curve back, warrior three. Release, shake it out. And warrior two and three, address the root and the solar plexus respectively. And don't worry, you don't have to remember all of this. If you did get the email yesterday, I have a list of all of these movements and what they address in there as well, so you have a reference sheet. All right, so next thing we want to do, we're going to do camel pose. So let's get back on the ground. And this one is a little bit more difficult, but we're going to do it. All right, so get seated in a comfortable position, you know, feet or heels under your butt right here. I'm going to come up onto my knees, and there's two ways you can get into this. Either you can start here, you can grab your ankles with your hands and push out. So that's one way to do it. I prefer doing it from here. So on my knees, I prefer to reach back. Okay? And this is addressing the heart chakra. So you're opening up that chest in that movement. And make sure you breathe while you're doing that. So try both ways. You might be surprised which one feels better to you. But yeah, you might want a little bit of cushion under your knees for that one, because it's a little difficult, but I believe in you guys. All right, and I think those are the major movements. Those are the major yoga movements we got. So I'll give y'all a few more seconds to play around with some of that stuff. Which one's your favorite, guys? You can go ahead and unmute and tell me real quick.
The camel.
Awesome. Wow, I wasn't expecting that one.
I mean, like, I really felt it.
Yeah. Another thing I was gonna note, like if you guys feel like any popping sensations, like a lot of times I'll exercise and like hear a pop or a crack here and there, it's okay.
I needed that.
Yeah, it feels good, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I like the one where I get to lay down on my back
The goddess pose?
and let gravity do its thing. Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Oh yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot the name of that one. Yeah, that one's a good one too.
Yeah, that's the goddess pose. Yeah, that one's a nice one.
Perfect.
Oh, and then the well, this is not the right name, but the gun swing. That one was a good one too.
Oh, wood chopper?
Yes.
Yeah. Wood chopper is a good one. Anybody else?
Always child's pose.
Oh, child's pose? Yeah, that's a good one too. That's like a nice little resting stretch. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So with that being said, you guys probably know how to dance now. So we're gonna go in chunks. All right. And let's start with that first little part where it's just music. It's not her singing yet. So I'm just gonna go over it again. So we start out in child's pose. Get comfortable. When the music starts, we're slowly bringing our hands and torso up. So like you're sliding your fingertips toward your knees, rolling up the spine. You're going to grab yourself. So I start with my right hand. I'm grabbing my torso in a hug, follow with the left side, roll my torso in a complete circle, kind of arching back when I go to the back, and come back down, placing my palms back down on the ground. All right? Everybody got that part? Thumbs up? Okay, so drag, 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 hug yourself. Body goes in a circle, come back down. Then we are going into that half pigeon pose. So I'm going to start pushing my body up, take one leg back and arch, bringing my eyes up and back toward the ceiling, and then bring my body back down. So it's like this extension and then bending back of the elbows. So do that, come back down. And next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to push up again, and this time I'm going to extend the opposite leg for cobra, and then bring it back all the way down. All right. And then after that, after the cobra part, you're just going to push back into a child's pose. All right. So let's do that with the music so you can kind of hear it. All right. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug, circle, come down, extend the leg out, come down, extend the other leg out, push back into child's pose, come up. Right. Everybody good? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and keep moving. So she says, I tried to drink it away. AA. I tried to put one in the air. So from this pose, you're gonna take your right hand, you're gonna start inching it up toward the ceiling. Just really, really slowly. And you can follow it with your eyes as well, or your head. So the count is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she says, I tried to drink it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right hand, then left hand. And then she says, I tried to put one in the air. And then we are doing a circle with our arms and our torso. So we swing around and 2. Just 2 circles. All right. Actually, I'm gonna get on that because my feet hurt. So let's try that. I tried to drink it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air. And then at the end of that, once you come around that second time, turn your palms so they're facing each other and sit up. So stand up onto your knees. All right. And I'm gonna let you guys, let's do it with the music, just so you can hear how it goes one more time. So let's start from the beginning, starting in child's pose. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug yourself, circle, come down, extend one leg, come down again, and cobra, push back into child's pose, and lift up, right hand, left hand, and circle, palms face each other, sit up. Okay. Okay, so in that next verse, palms face each other, you sit up. You're just gonna open out your arms, just real pretty like, so like you're an angel. All right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she says, I tried to change it with my hair. And we're gonna step up. So I step up with my left foot first. And then come all the way up, pivot on that left foot. So let's get the legs first before we put in arms. So you just came from here, open 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step with the left foot, come up and rotate. Okay. All right. And so with the arms, when you step up with that left foot, left arm goes out to the side, right arm comes in front. It'll help you with some balance too. So you came from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, step left, right arm out in front, come up, pivot. And so when you pivot, I automatically go here. Really, it doesn't matter where your arms go very much, but I have my right arm out to the side now, left arm up above my head. All right. Anybody got any questions about that part so far? No? Okay, I'm gonna keep going then. So, actually, let's do that whole thing with the music, and then I'll teach you the next move, because the next one is a little bit involved. So, let's get back from the beginning, go back into child's pose. 5, 6, 7, 8. And hug. Rotate your torso. Come back down. Extend one leg. Come down. Extend the opposite leg. Push back into child's pose. Bring yourself up. Right hand. Left hand. Circle. Circle. Palms face. Come up. Out. 7, 8. Step with the left leg. Come up. And pivot. How did everybody feel about that? Good? Okay, cool. So you're here. I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see me. So the next move goes, it says, I ran my credit card bill up. So as soon as you get into this position, you want to start this wavy motion. So my right leg is out, extended in front of me. You're going to bring that out to the side. And both your arms go to the left, to the opposite side. All right? And you're just doing kind of this swaying motion. So your leg, this extended leg, and your arms are going opposite directions. So it's like 1, 2, 3. All right. Bounce. All right. So she says, I ran my credit card bill up. So we're doing kind of like a fan kick. And it doesn't have to be high. It can be all the way down here. It doesn't matter. All you're doing is you're taking that extended leg. So the one where you just were swish, swish, swish. And you're taking it out and around. And then we are going to turn into the floor. All right, and so this kind of messes with people's minds, but once you get it, you're like, oh, that's easy. So this step out is supposed to help you. So you're stepping out, legs are apart. You want to start bending both knees. Bring that left hand to the ground. And then roll on your butt here. And we're landing in this half Lord of the Fishes pose with the legs. So I'll do it from the back too, so you guys can see. So out, down, turn, get into position. Does anybody need a different angle? Everybody's good? If not, just unmute and say so. Okay, I'm gonna take that as we are all good. So it goes, I ran my credit card bill up. So up is when you are doing that fan kick. And with the run, you're getting into position. All right, so now we are seated. My right leg is the one that's on the ground, left leg out in front. And then we just do that spinal twist. So you bring your palms into your chest, elbows straight out, parallel to the ground, and then you are turning to your left side. And then, thought a new dress would make it better is the next line. All you're doing with that, you're opening your left hand out, extending that arm, and then extending it all the way back in. All right, so I'll do it with the music just so you can see what I'm talking about. So.
I tried to drink it away. I tried to put one in the air. I tried to dance it away. I tried to change it with my hair. I wear my credit card below. Thought a new dress would make it better. I tried to work it away, but that just made me even sadder.
So let's all try and do that together. Let's see, where can I start? I don't know where, what is this? Okay, so let's start it from the words, okay? So get into that seated position. And we're gonna start from, I tried to drink it away. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And circle, circle, palms face each other, pop up. Step up, the left foot, and pivot, bring my credit card bill up. Palms come to chest, and turn, open up the left palm, come back in. All right, Are we good?
To keep myself busy, I run around in circles.
Okay,
I
cool.
make myself dizzy.
So I'm gonna go back to that so you can hear it.
Thought in the dress would make it better. I tried to work it away, but that just made me even sadder. I tried to keep myself busy. I ran around in circles, think I made myself dizzy. I slept it away, I sexed it away, I read it away.
All right, so that part. So there's kind of a quick transition from when we do this, you're gonna snap back so that both legs are parallel to each other, arms straight out in front of you, and then you're just gonna lower yourself slowly down to the ground. And you have a little bit of time to get down there, so just take your time until she says the next line. So the next line is, I think I tried to keep myself busy. So that part, hold on, let me listen to it one more time.
Me even sadder. I tried to keep myself busy. I ran around in circles, think I made myself dizzy. I slipped it away.
So for that part, that's when the goddess pose comes in, but we're doing it in a more dancey way. So you're flat on your back. She says, I tried to keep myself busy. I ran around in circles, think I made myself dizzy. So for that first line, you take your left hand or left arm and left leg. You are bringing your left leg up. So you're bending that knee. The arm is coming above the head, and then both are opening out. So the left knee is opening out like you're doing half of the goddess pose. The arm is just coming out and around, kind of like you're dancing, and then you come back to your first laying position. Then you do the same thing with the right arm and the right leg. And then you're doing both. But this time, don't straighten your legs back out. So it goes, I tried to keep myself busy. I ran around in circles, think I made myself dizzy. And then quickly into, so from here, hop your feet back down to the ground for a pelvic rock. I slept it away. I sexed it away. And then you're going to thread one of your legs under the other and roll over onto your stomach. The next part. So, questions? Or should we just do it with the music?
Can we take it from the top?
From the top? From the top? Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's try.
Okay. Nothing is wrong. So we have about 15 minutes left. All right, so let's start. Yeah, let's start from the top, but are there any questions about that piece that I just taught you guys? No? All right, cool. So we are going to do it from the top then. Y'all are doing great. All right. So get into your child's pose, and I will start the music. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug yourself. Circle your torso. Come back down. Extend one leg out. Come down. Cobra. Push back into child's pose. Slide up. Right hand, left hand, circle, circle, come up, open out, step up with the left foot, and pivot, palms come to chest, and turn, open up the left palm, and close, and drop down to the ground. Left leg, right leg, both legs, pelvic thrust, and get onto your stomach. Alright, so after that, we're really close to the first chorus. So you're on your stomach, like this, and we're gonna do alternate arm, alternate leg. So you're gonna come, I don't know how to say this, but if you know what the Superman is, the exercise, we're doing that, but one side and then the other side. So first I'm lifting my right arm and left leg and kind of floating back down, then left arm and right leg, and then both, and one more time. And then you're pushing yourself back into this seated position. All right, so, and I forget what the music is like at that time. Let me listen real quick. So dancing, I slipped it away, I sexed it away, I read it away. Okay, when she said that second away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push back. All right. And that part you can kind of pace on your own. It's just, so once we push back from doing the Supermans, push back, you're going to step up again. This time, left palm comes to chest, right arm is up in kind of like this right angle situation. And you're just gonna come up and kind of walk in a circle so you're facing that front. But as long as you're there before she starts, it's like cranes in the sky, you're good. So I'm not giving you counts for that, just kind of go at your own pace right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and teach what the chorus is because it's really simple and that short piece was, I think, simple too. So we're doing two things. We are doing this collapse. So you are literally bringing your arms over your head, leaning back, and letting gravity swing you forward and back up. So you're going like this, and then you're stepping out, putting your hands into that trigger finger for wood chopper, okay? And you're doing that 3.5 times. So it goes, it's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I don't want to feel those metal clouds. It's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I want to feel those metal clouds. And then this last chopper, wood chopper, you come up into the trigger finger, but you don't swing over. You're just going to come out, bring your arms wide, really extending through those fingers into this plie. All right, and that's it. That's the end of the first chorus. So, and if anybody needs a count, you're doing those for 8 counts. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. and again. Okay, so let's try that. Do you guys want to try it from the top or just that part?
Just that part.
Okay, so
That just made me even sadder.
okay, so start from the goddess pose. One, left side, right side, both, pelvic thrust, circle, and come onto your stomach. And go right, left, both, both, push back, and then come up at your own pace. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 6, 7, 8. Trigger finger. And then open it out. Alright. You want to do that one more time? Or like just that part? Or do you want to do it from the beginning? Raise your hands. Okay, let's do just that part one more time, and then let's do it from the beginning. And then we're going to just have some fun, all right? Because we have only 6 minutes left. All right, so I'm going to take it back. And it started kind of around that goddess pose, so you can lay on your back. And 5, 6, 7, 8.
But that just made me even sadder.
5, 6, 7, 8. Left. Right. Both. Pelvic thrust. And circle. And turn onto your stomach. Right. Left. Both. Both. Push back. And come up at your own pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 left time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trigger finger. And open out. Okay. Y'all feel good? You think you could do it from the beginning? I mean, look, if you mess up, it's fine. Just keep going. I'm going to have us do it one time from the beginning, and then we'll have just a few moments to talk and then just do some free dance. So I'm going to change this to gallery view. Everybody put your video on so, you know, we can all get a little clip of what we're doing. We're working hard out here, okay? All right, so everybody get into position in your child's pose, and we are going to take it from the top. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
on in the air. I tried to dance it away. I tried to change it with my hair. I ran my credit card below. Thought a new dress would make it better. I tried to work it away, but that just made me even sadder. I tried to keep myself busy. I ran around in circles, think I made myself dizzy. I slept it away, I sexed it away, I read it away. Well, it's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I don't wanna feel those metal lights. Yeah, it's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I don't wanna feel those metal lights.
And open out. I was watching y'all, my peripherals. Y'all did good. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you guys. All right, so, yeah. So obviously that was only half of the dance. So like I said, I am going to record some instruction for just in its entirety that I'll send to you guys if you want to finish it out. But I just wanted to take a few minutes. We only have 1 minute remaining. So quickly, how do you guys feel? How do you feel about this class?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel like I did it. Yay.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel like I stretched and I needed to stretch. So I feel great.
Definitely.
That's good. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. And yeah, I was really worried because I think some people get intimidated when they see dance, if they don't have a dance background. But I'm so glad that you guys came and you joined and you showed out for real.